Hi everybody, this is Mr. Steger. You just received an assignment in the mathematics reading writing periods 3-4 for Caldestall and Steger. I want to go over this real quickly with you. This is really important. This is going to track your TenMarks math progress that you'll be working on with us throughout the year. The directions and links to what we're working on are located right here. We'll come back to this, but you should have each received a copy or have a copy made for you of the spreadsheet. I'll click on the link up here and show you what that looks like. So this spreadsheet, what's it going to be used for? It's going to be used to track student progress, your progress throughout the year. That information is going to be shared with parents during conferences, but it's going to be used also for teacher-student conferences when we're looking at your progress and how you're doing on TenMarks and your math work throughout the year in Create. We're hoping that this is something that we'll be using from your start in Create to 8th grade when you wrap things up with us in the middle school. From left to right, your name, your grade. You'll notice that there are a couple places here in these cells called pre and post test. And corresponding to those areas, we have locations to record your pre-test scores and locations to record your post-test scores. I've also included a row here that shows your growth, and that will measure the difference between the two areas and show your progress that you've made in that year in those areas. Now, down below that, I have a list of directions. I'm going to walk through these directions with you real quickly, and if it's going too quick in the video, simply pause the video, work on your spreadsheet, get the things done that I'm asking you to do, and then hit play. Now, the first thing, don't change the formatting of the spreadsheet. We've got this kind of set up so that it shows things, it adds, it subtracts, it does some things kind of behind the scenes that will help us understand what you're doing. So simply type in the data that you've got. If you're curious, I can share with you how those things work, but for all purposes in this case, please leave the formatting alone. Now, you've got a copy of the spreadsheet. It looks blank like this. I'm going to transfer over to a pretend spreadsheet that I made and kind of walk you through the areas that I'm going to ask you to complete. So this spreadsheet, we've got a fictitious student named Will Johnson. He's in 6th grade. You can see different numbers entered here, which are represented with different colors. Those colors show the competencies that Will has in these different areas in our TenMarks math units. The first thing I want you to do is type your name, your full name, first and last name into this cell, cell A3. When you're done with that, type your current grade level in cell B3. Now that you've got that completed, we have to begin transferring the scores that you have from this year. If you're a current 6th grader, those scores aren't going to be that many. If you're a student that was with us last year in Create, and if you have that data available, please type in the pre-test scores you have and the post-test scores that you have. Okay, now, as you complete each unit in TenMarks, update these scores. When that happens, you'll notice that for Will Johnson in geometry in 5th grade, he started with a pretest of 73.5. He ended with a 93. He showed growth of 19.5%. And that's great. That's something we hope all you students achieve over the course of the year in the different units in TenMarks. Your scores should be entered as you complete them. Please, as you complete a pre or post test on one of the various units in TenMarks, enter those scores. When you have a conference with a teacher, when you have a conference with your parents, these scores are important. Now, one of the things that's unique that I wanted to share with everybody is on this spreadsheet, as you enter those scores, if you click on the lower tab, the second tab on the bottom, lower left corner, those scores will show up on a chart. That chart will show you the progress that you've made in each of the units of TenMarks. For instance, Will Johnson in Ratios and Proportions for 6th grade, he had a pre-test score of 75 and he had a post-test score of 94.2. That's great growth. We want to be able to share that growth with your parents, and more importantly, we want you to see how much you grow in each unit. Alright, once you've got that completed, this information has to be shared with your teachers. So, on the upper right hand corner, you'll find a share button. You want to click that share button, and when you get the option, choose anyone at KMSD can find and view. Get the shareable link. Getting the link is important. You can either click this area up here, which will copy the link onto your clipboard, or you can copy and paste the link that shows up underneath the Find and View option. Once you've got that link copied, you want to share it in a Google form. The Google form link can be found right here. I'm going to click over to it. What your teachers are going to do is create a spreadsheet with every student's link to their TenMarks math data. Enter your last name, enter your first name, and paste the link to the spreadsheet with your TenMarks data in this space right here. Please make sure that that copying and pasting of that link is accurate. When you're confident you've got that done, submit your information. Alright, that should do it. If you have any questions, either review this video or talk to Mr. Caldesol or myself. Thanks for listening.